Okay, I want to give y'all my late New Year's goals, right? Things that we need to change in 2025 as so-called Black American men. I intended to do this on the first, but I had to go back to New Orleans and attend to some family business, you know what I'm saying? And I've been gone for a while. I just got back. And it's really two main areas that we got to deal with. We got to reconcile this insecurity that this slave narrative is causing within us, and we got to deal with our sisters. We got to deal with Black women. Those are the two areas. Now, before I get into that, let me say this here. One of the things I did note while I was back home in New Orleans, because I still kept my finger on the pulse of what's going on. I wasn't checking my channel, but I was, keeping up with stuff. And one of the things I did notice that I was hearing my language on other channels. Let me clear that up. When I say they're listening to me, I don't mean that they are necessarily listening to my videos. But one thing is, the algorithm pushes my community posts. My community posts are circulated. And everything that I talk about in the videos, I actually write about in the community posts. Because I'm more of a writer than a talker anyway, right? I've been visiting these Red Pill channels for years. I communicate with these dudes. I leave comments on their channels. I interact with a lot of these dudes. I even talked on the phone with a couple of them. I'm not going to say who. And you start hearing them without even knowing. They start repeating the stuff that we talked about. When you know you are different, and when you know that you are saying things that these dudes have never said before because you've been listening to them for the last 10 years. You know their mindset. You know how they talk. And when you know that you've been the one that have been planting the seeds in their mind to look at things differently, and now you're starting to see those seeds sprout, and you're starting to hear them say things differently, you know where it's coming from. And what I'm telling y'all is that this change that you hear in a lot of these Manosphere channels that's starting to sound more like things that Brother Kush said from the beginning is because of my influence in these spaces. That's what I meant by that. Now that's just a fact. You could disregard it all you want, but that is the fact. Let's continue. The point is, I heard one of these brothers talking about this problem that we have with Black women.
You can't be beholden to an ideal that nobody else is beholden to. You cannot. That's stupidity to me. But if you can't find it within your own heart, the inner recesses of your own mind to see that this is something that you should get with and honor and respect, how can we build with that? If it's the case that Black women are able to explore their options and to find what they perceive to be suitable for their upgrading in life by going outside of the context of thinking about Black men, well, why the hell should Black men be like, oh, well, I gotta be dedicated to this Black woman or else I'm suffering from some sort of self-hatred? Why? Who wants to deal with that, man? This transcends gender, though, in my viewpoint. Why should we, for the sake of so-called saving the Black community, destroy ourselves? I don't see the reason why I don't see how that's workable or feasible. I just don't.
Is that not what Brother Kush have been saying the whole time? One of the things that going into 2025 we are going to have to accept is that this notion of some kind of racial cohesion between Black men and Black women does not exist. Black women do not see it the same. You're holding on to a type of belief that they themselves do not recognize. And now as a result, for the first time in recorded history, the so-called Black American population has fallen beneath replacement level. In fact, we at a negative right now. For the longest, we used to be 13% of the population. Now, officially, we are 11%. And what you don't understand is that once you dip, you don't get it back. Now that we fall into 11%, we will never get back to 13% officially. We will always more than that, but officially. We will never get back to 13%. Do you know how many babies each family will have to make for us to get back to 13%? You're talking about having 4, 5 kids per family. And we sitting right now with something like 42, 43% of black men are childless. We sitting right now with something like 40% of black women are childless. And you worrying about interracial babies? What y'all call mixed babies? That ain't the problem, because right now we ain't gonna have no babies. Do you honestly think having no kids is better than having mixed kids? I mean, serious. What is so important in life? And at the same time, I'm starting to see more and more baby strollers among these white folks. Y'all keep listening to all these channels talking about the divorce rates and nobody's getting married. It's a lie, people. I live in a multiracial environment. I'm telling you, these white folks are coupling up. They're coupling up. And no, I'm not rich, so that means nobody in my community is rich, which means we are all just working class people, and these people are getting married, they're having kids. Multiple kids. But at some point, black men, you're gonna have to break off from this racial ideology and realize it's over. You know, when I had my polygynous family, the German lady is the only white woman that I had. And had I ended up with any of those women one-on-one, I would be single right now. I would be single right now. Know how I know? Because all those women are single. The 4 women that are no longer here are all single. The one that's here is the German lady, and we've been riding together now. We approaching 30 years. But all the other ones that were here are all still single. Excuse me, I said that wrong. I said the 4 that's not here, the 3 that's not here. I said that wrong. It was 4 women. The 3 that's not here, all of them are still single. And they've been single for a while. 2 of them got married and got divorced again. 1 of them never even got married. Just been perpetually divorced. And these are attractive women. These are not ugly women, not bad looking women by no measure. But there's something going on up here. I need you to understand that. We cannot be the only ones as black men holding on to some type of ideology of racial unity while the black woman doesn't care about it. It doesn't work that way. It takes 2 of us to travel. It takes 2 of us to be together. They don't care. So what is your alternative? You know, what are your options? You have options, you just don't exercise your options because you believe that your value is tied to money. You believe that your value is tied to how much like white folks you can be. I'm talking to my brothers. But your value is not tied to money. Your value is not tied to how much like white folks you can be. Your value is in you as a black man. The women will accept you, bro. You just got to get out there and talk to other women. You got to get out there and meet other women. I've never had a problem flirting with non-black women. I mean, never. Man, this year, bro, I'm going to really try to get y'all to understand that we got to think a different kind of way. We got to approach life a different kind of way. We got to approach women a different kind of way. We got to approach everything a different kind of way. But mainly, we got to become men, bro. I mean, where's your manhood? There's just certain things a man don't do. There's certain characteristics that a man have. There's certain moves that a man make. Where's your manhood, bro? But while y'all sitting around here crying, we are literally dying off. The black woman has made her choice. She would rather let us die off than to have babies with black men. But anyway, man, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, I'm out of here, brother Kush. Salam.